Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've done any concept work, and recently I felt inspiration to whip up some spaceships. After weeks of figure drawing and oil painting, this is going to be a really fun exercise to shake things up a bit. I start by very roughly sketching out some side view thumbnails of the ships. Admittedly a bit generic, but I'm going to be doing all this from imagination and really just have some fun with it. Thumbnails are always an important step at the start of any project, but even more so for any conceptual work. You can very quickly throw down ideas, playing with shapes and themes, until you find a few that work without wasting time on something that may not. If this was for a job, I'd be working off a spec and likely fill a whole page of these. But for this, I stopped at 7 because, frankly, I'm eager to jump into this, and I just want to start shaking off some rust. Once I'm happy, I pick the ones I like and use the skew transform tool to put the thumbnail into perspective. Now the real fun begins. I throw down some quick perspective guidelines, however, the majority of this is going to be eyeballed and not super accurate. From there, it's just about translating that thumbnail into a 3/4 view. My goal is to keep the silhouette strong and mostly figure out the general forms of the design. This is probably where I'd normally pull up some references, but I like working from imagination often to exercise that creativity. I'm also trying to draw fast in this stage to keep from focusing too much on details. Big shapes and forms are far more important right now. Typically, this kind of work is meant solely for the artist, as it's a bit too rough for others to easily read. After several of these, I'd pick a couple of the best ones and do a finer detailed pass over them to make them more presentable. So at this point, I changed the line work to black because I know it's going to read better once I start rendering the forms. I don't plan on painting over the line work, and the red will just draw too much attention. I mostly just like sketching in red, as I'm sure you've noticed by now. As I mentioned, this would be where I'd choose the best, or maybe the best 3, and give them a more finer, clean detail pass. But for these, I'm fairly happy with where they are. So I'm just going to slightly clean them up a bit, and give them some more line weight here and there to help the key details pop. Now it's time to render the forms a bit. At this stage, I could choose to spend hours polishing these and pushing them to a nice finish. But really, this whole process is about design, rather than finishing with a polished piece of art. So, while I am going to paint in some forms so these look more presentable, I'm going to stop as soon as they begin looking more readable. For this, I'm simply using 3 values and a soft round brush underneath the line work. Finally, I decide to throw quick splashes of color on them just so they pop a bit more. The longer you spend on the value pass, the better this stage tends to look. I feel I've taken these as far as I needed to get what I wanted out of this exercise, though they could really be a base for much further refinement. And of course, in the end, it's always fun to get them arranged nicely on the sheet so they look more presentable. And that pretty much covers this whole process. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I love doing this kind of work, but concept art has taken a bit of a back seat these last couple of years as I've really started to enjoy the painting process more. I certainly missed this though, and I'm already thinking about doing some more polished concepts. Let me know what you thought of these in the comments. If you're not subscribed, well, then be sure to subscribe and leave a like while you're at it. Visit ascentintomadness.com and check out all the links below to help support the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.